They told us it was coming, but were we listening? Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 times the MCU foreshadowed future events.
I think with a little more mentoring, it'd be a real asset to the team.
Think you know the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Click here to take the new MCU trivia quiz on WatchMojo.com.
For this list, we'll be looking at the instances when the Marvel Cinematic Universe gave us hints for what was coming later on. While the MCU is all about setting up for future films, we won't be going with the obvious ones, like the post-credits scenes, since those have a list of their own. Oh, and in case you're not all caught up, consider this your spoiler alert.
Okay, get up. You're in my seat.
Number 10, Prison 42, The Avengers. In The Avengers, Coulson drops by with some files for Tony. Hidden among the holographic text is a reference to Project 42. In the comics, the number 42 refers to a prison that debuted during the Civil War storyline. This wasn't a typical prison. First of all, it's located in the negative zone, and secondly, it's a prison for superpowered individuals. This small detail foreshadowed the MCU's own Civil War, as well as its own version of a super prison, the Raft. Number 9, Cap and Iron Man argument, Avengers, Age of Ultron.
Earth's mightiest heroes pulled us apart like cotton candy.
Seems like you walked away all right.
Is that a problem?
I don't trust a guy without a dark side.
Captain America and Iron Man don't always see eye to eye. In fact, they've always kind of butted heads. But it's their argument in Age of Ultron that perhaps best sets up their eventual falling out. While cutting wood together, the two heroes discuss secrets, the team being pulled apart, and Tony's creation of Ultron, all factors that play heavily in the Civil War that divides the Avengers.
Every time someone tries to win a war before it starts, innocent people die. Every time.
The pair's conflicting ideologies and points of view are also displayed, paving the way for them to take center stage in their bigger clash. Number 8, The Wasp Lives, AntMan.
Daddy, where are you?
You can go sabotage. Oh no.
Scott Lang may be Ant-Man, but he's not the first man to hold the title. His benefactor and mentor, Hank Pym, also wore that mantle and the shrinking suit, fighting crime and evil with his wife, Janet Van Dyne, aka the Wasp. However, Janet is presumed dead after she shrinks to a subatomic level. When Scott is forced to do the same to save his daughter, a brief image of the Wasp is seen in the quantum realm, hinting at her survival, something that would become a plot point in the sequel film, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
It's me.
Number 7, The Infinity Gauntlet in Odin's Vault, Thor. The first Thor film is a key one in the MCU to be sure, as it introduces some of its most recurring heroes and villains thus far. However, one element some fans may have missed is that a scene in Odin's vault features, among other plot-important relics, an apparently complete Infinity Gauntlet, something that would prove pivotal to the major plot of the franchise to this point.
Odin's treasures.
Fake.
While it's later revealed to be a fake, and somewhat problematic continuity-wise, the appearance of the gauntlet foreshadowed Thanos' quest for the Infinity Stones. Number 6, Stark and Strange see the Endgame, Avengers, Age of Ultron.
We're the Avengers. We can bust arms dealers all the livelong day, but that up there, that's the endgame.
While explaining why he created the titular omnicidal robot, Tony Stark defends himself by citing the Battle of New York and how the threats from other planets are what drove him to make Ultron, calling alien threats the Endgame and that they can't stop it.
How are you guys planning on beating that?
Together.
We'll lose.
And we'll do that together too.
Tony is proven right in his prediction, as Thanos is too much for the Avengers, at least in Infinity War. In addition, Doctor Strange echoes Tony's words after handing the Time Stone over to the alien conqueror, saying that they're in the Endgame now.
We're in the endgame now.
Number 5, Hela Hint, Avengers, Age of Ultron.
I am mighty.
The second Avengers film sees Thor entranced by Scarlet Witch and entering into a dream state where he believes he's in Asgard. While there, Heimdall greets Thor, calling him the first son of Odin, not the firstborn or only son, if you wanted to throw shade at Loki for being evil, first son.
Is it him? Is that the first son of Odin?
I know your eyes.
Oh, they see everything. They see you leading us to hell.
This is potentially foreshadowing for Hela being revealed to be Odin's first child in Thor Ragnarok.
Neil.
Beg your pardon.
Neil. For your queen.
The sequence also features Thor's lightning sparking around him, something that also features prominently in his third movie, as well as several other seeds of future plot points, but more on that later. Number 4. StarLord can tolerate the Power Stone, Guardians of the Galaxy.
These stones, it seems, can only be brandished by beings of extraordinary strength. Observe.
At the heart of the orb sought by many in the first Guardians movie is the Power Stone, whose intensity and might is so great that no one who touches it directly can live. Yet, during the final confrontation with Ronan, Peter Quill, aka StarLord, is able to hold it for several minutes at least, with a little help from his friends.
Oh! You said it yourself, bitch. We're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
As revealed later in the film, this is due to his partially alien heritage, which is further explored in the sequel with Peter's father Ego, whose own villainous traits are also hinted at through Yondu's assessment of him.
Probably good we didn't deliver him to his dad like we was hired to do.
Yeah, that guy was a jackass!
Number 3, Ultron predicts Civil War and Thanos. Avengers: Age of Ultron.
You and I can hurt them, but you will tear them apart from the inside.
Despite being pure machine, Ultron displays some impressive powers of foresight. While planning with the Maximoff twins to destroy the Avengers, Ultron asserts that Scarlet Witch can tear the Avengers apart from the inside. As it happens, the accidental deaths she causes in Africa are one of the causes of the Sokovia Accords, which are what led, in part, to the schism between the Avengers.
When the earth starts to settle, God throws a stone at it. And believe me, he's winding up.
Ultron also talks about God winding up to throw a stone / an extinction level event at Earth, which comes to pass when Thanos acquires all of the Infinity Stones.
You should have gone for the head.
Number 2, a death on Tony's conscience. Spider-Man: Homecoming.
You're in dire need of an upgrade. Systemic, top to bottom.
Tony Stark acts as a mentor figure for Peter Parker in the MCU, as he gifts the young Spider-Man with a new suit and gives him several opportunities. However, while he's a bit of an absentee pseudo-father to Peter, Tony does care about him. Peter nearly screwing up big time during the ferry incident has Stark giving Peter a lecture, telling him that he doesn't want the teenage superhero's death on his conscience.
What if somebody had died tonight? Different story, right? Because that's on you. And if you died, I feel like that's on me. I don't need that on my conscience.
Unfortunately, Tony's worst fears come to pass in Infinity War, since Peter is one of the many victims of Thanos' infinity-powered snap, dissolving in Tony's arms after they failed to stop the Mad Titan.
Sorry.
Number 1, Visions: Avengers: Age of Ultron. No, not that Vision. In case the previous entries didn't make it clear, Age of Ultron is chock full of foreshadowing. But the most blatant example is the visions several of the characters experience at the hands of Scarlet Witch. As we've already seen, Thor's visions touch on Thor Ragnarok, as well as delving into the lore regarding the Infinity Stones.
You could have saved us.
Meanwhile, Tony's also touches on Infinity War, given that it shows his friends dead or dying, defeated by a foe beyond their collective strength, a premonition that comes to pass upon their encounter with Thanos.
You have my respect, Stark. When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive. I hope they remember you.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.